Hey everybody, it's Mike, and this is part 19 of the Chrono Trigger walkthrough. So we just got done with the Ocean Palace, and I think this is the only well, it's not the only island left in 12,000 BC, but it's pretty close. Our characters woke up here. One thing to note, there's a tab, I want to say it's a magic tab behind the new, and I just went outside the hut and came back in a couple of times. I don't know if there's just like a chance every time you come in here that he'll move, but it took a few tries. I want to say it took about 5 minutes of going in and out to get the guy to move. So if you want a magic tab and you're patient enough, that's where to get it. Excuse me. So it looks like, yeah, I went ahead and used them right away. The power meal, I was hovering over there for a second because I wanted to see what they did. And it looks like I still have that speed tab in my inventory that I haven't used. It seems strange, but I must keep missing it, like not realizing that I've got it in there, but it's kind of funny. So here are the enlightened ones and the earthbound villagers, or yeah, earthbound village folk all live together. And here we have Dalton. This guy is just something else. He's renaming Zeal. Okay. And it sounds like he wants to commandeer the Wings of Time. Nice. I don't know why they turned their backs on him. That seemed like a silly idea, but whatever. All for the sake of the story, I suppose. Alright, so we wake up in the Blackbird, and this is handled differently depending on whether or not you take Ayla with. I highly recommend taking Ayla. It makes this far less of a pain in the butt. The problem is all your items are gone, and all your character's equipment, as well as money. And so what that means is that if you don't have Ayla in your party, you can't fight at all. They'll just, every time you go to initiate a battle, they'll throw you back in your, basically in your holding cell. And here I just entered the, entered the vents and kind of cruised around. I remembered there was there's a tab in the northeast corner. There it is. So it should be right here. But what I didn't realize was that you actually can't get it, and it doesn't spawn until you get your party's inventory items back. So there's 5 treasure chests? One chest holds the character in slot 1's equipment. The next chest is, well, it's not the next, but one of them is character 2. The third chest is character 3. A fourth chest would be the party's items, and then the fifth chest would be the party's money. So I want to say that you can't get that, or that tab doesn't actually appear until you get the party's items back, which I mean seems logical because you don't have an inventory basically right now. At least that's my theory. I didn't actually. I guess we can watch the video and decide if that's how it actually worked out or not. I mean, I know I eventually get it, but I don't know exactly when. I think I tried to do a better job of exploring these rooms in kind of a logical fashion. Here it doesn't look like there's anything in this room. I don't know why I even bothered coming in here. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I'd recommend exploring these rooms, you know, from maybe like the south. Go to the far south east or something and start there, and then work your way back up. Here, I visited this spot again because I was like, I knew I remembered there being a tab there. I just wasn't putting two and two together. So I kind of cruised around here aimlessly through the vents until I think I finally just, you know, got to it. So here's a battle. This is, if you come down this path, this is forced. You can't get by this. So like I said, if you don't have Ayla in your party, this whole area is just a pain in the butt. You actually have to go a certain way. You have to crawl through the vents, then you have to, I'll try to explain it once we get there, but there's actually a certain path that you have to take, and then you go up into the vents, and you come down in a certain spot so that, I believe there's a guard that's asleep in one of the rooms, and you can sneak in, grab the treasure chest so that you have their equipment, and then you can actually fight and get other characters' equipment back. Which would obviously not be this. It would not be this room because I think this is a forced. There's no way to get to that treasure chest without starting a fight. So kind of a pain in the butt, you know, because you can only use Ayla in battle. But not the end of the world. I mean, she does work. Got the money back. Of all the things to get back first, it was the money. Okay. So that treasure chest has the money in it. All right. I don't think there's nothing in here either. So the far southeast room is kind of a bust. There's no reason to even come in here. Here, I just dino-tailed these things. Ayla was a little low on health, so I figured, you know what, let's give it a shot. See what I can take out. And everything falls over. So, not too bad. Huge chunk of EXP. And again, now I don't know why I even came up here. There's no reason to come up here. I should have just gone right back down. And, yeah, I did. Good. There is one room, like I said, there is one room, and I believe it's the room with the guard sleeping that is only accessible through the vents. Again, I'll try to... Here we go, here's the chest finally. And I'll point that out once we actually get there. But that is the only one. If you do not have Ayla in your party, that is the only room that you can go into. Because otherwise you'll just get caught and thrown back in the cell. Hopefully, this is a chest with something in it. Something useful, I should say. Nope. Ayla's equipment, so Ayla can already fight here anyway, so kinda didn't care, but so okay. So the southwest room has character, I think that's slot 3. I think she's in. Yeah, that looks like slot 3. She's the bottom of the list. So not the best Not the best chest to get second even. It looks like I got literally the 2 worst chests first. But hey, you know what? You gotta get them sometime, right? I think I was already in here. Didn't realize it. Yep, that was the money. So let's see what's over here. I don't remember. I let that automated guard thing go by so that I didn't have to fight it too. And then took this guy out. I don't remember if this is the starting room or not. It might be. So we're about to find out. Doop doop doop. Yep. Okay. So that's the starting cell. Don't remember if, obviously because I didn't handle it this way, but if you start in here, you can like have one of your characters pretend that they're sick or something, and then I think they can to escape the room. I think again, it's been forever since I tried that, and I didn't really feel a need to try it. Alright. Take that bite. Looked like Halo was getting a little low on health. I think I took a couple seconds to go into the the menu and just heal her. Yep. Hey, you. Well, hey, how's it going? How's it going, guys? Alrighty, here we go. There's another treasure chest. Doop 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 doop. Hurry up! Get that treasure chest. So it looks like this one. Alright, Frog's equipment, finally somebody's gear. So now we'll have 2 characters that actually can do something in battle. And we came in here, so obviously that was a dead end. I want to say you might be able to sneak past these 2 if you get like right in the middle of them, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Obviously, I didn't take the time to find out. Alright, learn some double text. Cool. Alright, here we have another treasure chest, and that door up there to the left is the way to continue on. So obviously we don't want to take that yet. So we don't have everybody's equipment back. I don't remember if you can. Actually, I think you can. I think you can kind of like just bail on like all your items. So technically, you could probably lose all your inventory items here. Because I believe the game prompts you if you want to turn back or something like that. If you haven't discovered all of your stuff. So here, that was the party's party's items. If you want, you can actually equip like any characters that you don't have your equipment for. You can equip them with items from your inventory. Obviously, I didn't take the time to do that. I didn't want to, or I guess I didn't feel that it was even really worth it. I figured I'd just wait until Marl got her equipment back, because that's the other thing. Once you get that character's equipment back, that they are automatically equipped with it. But I believe that if you take items from your inventory to re-equip your characters, when you get their equipment back, it won't like overwrite it, so you'll have to go back into the inventory and equip everything manually again. So that is why I didn't, and I just decided to leave Marl as is. You know, this area is by no means difficult, especially if you've got somebody like Ayla in the party. So that room's a dud. I believe we're getting close to the end here. This room... Okay, nothing in that one. That's the room right there. So that is actually a room. And the only way to get into it is by going up into the shaft and then coming down, because there's a ladder that leads into that room. So if you recognize this spot, and again, if you don't have Ayla in the group, this is the chest that you have to get first. So that is Marl's equipment. So that's the character in position 1. That's their equipment. So again, if you haven't taken Ayla with you, this is the first chest that you have to get. So you have to go up into the vents and find this ladder that leads down into this room. And that is, again, that is the first chest that you have to get. Then you'll get the equipment for character 1, and then that will be your character that can basically fight the battles in order to get the rest of your equipment. So that is everything. That's everybody's equipment, and now this is where I finally go grab the tab. See, sparkling on the ground there. So, and again, I don't remember if, or I don't know for sure if you absolutely have to get like the characters or your party's inventory items back, and that's what triggers that to appear, or you know, if you have to get all the treasure chests. I don't know for sure. But this I actually triggered that fight, but since I was riding on the conveyor, it canceled the fight. Thought that was kind of cool. But I don't know what I was doing there. But maybe I had a brain fart. That's what it looks like anyway. Oh, here we go. Okay. And I missed the speed tab again. I think that's the third time that I have gone into my inventory, used magic tabs on Marl, hit the organize button, and then just closed it out of the menu right away, not even noticing that there was more tabs in there. So these turrets are basically the same as the rubble enemies. There'll be even more enemies later on that are kind of the same as these things. If you kill them in enough time, you get I want to say 1,000 EXP and 100 tech points. And obviously, I wanted the tech points for Frog. He was a little low. I haven't done, you know, at this point, I hadn't done any extra leveling with him at all. So I kind of wanted to get some. Oh, that was even more EXP than I remembered. So I don't know if they give you the exact same as the rubble or if it's more EXP. But I think the rubble gave 100 tech points as well. So again, they're handled basically the same way. You can't use techs or items. They have really high evasion too, unfortunately. basic. I don't know. I think if you get semi lucky, you know, you can take these down. I was, I think, at about a 50% success rate on actually killing these things, because I know a bunch of them got away from me, unfortunately, you know, and that would have been pretty nice. Yeah, self-destructed. Lame. So I didn't get that one. Excuse me. So we're 1 for 2 right now, as far as getting them down in time. Looks like I got that one. Nice. And I learned dropkick, which that is a fantastic tech. I think I used that quite a bit here in the next few battles. Hit. I don't think I got this one down. I guess we'll see. Miss. Yeah, these can get a little frustrating. I had much better luck with the rubble. I think I got every single one down that I wanted to. Guess it didn't help. Like Frog doesn't hit nearly as hard as Chrono does either, so it's not helping. And these two. Okay, yeah. So I put the berserkers on, thinking that would help, but I don't think it did. I don't think it really helped that much. Although I don't know, I may have set myself up for failure here by. So I initiated this battle when those two were too close together. I don't know if you can time it out right so that you'll only get in a fight with one at a time, but that's optimal because obviously you have half the time to take 2 down. Well, you have the same amount of time, but you have to take 2 down. So again, I didn't wait for these two to separate more, and I don't know if it's even possible, but you know, in hindsight, I really should have. So again, another example of learn. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. Miss. So bad. So that's the other that's the problem with the berserker. So they hit harder, and their rates of critical attacking are better, but they don't always target the target, or the thing that you're actually trying to focus. So like, Ayla smashed the one pretty good there. Probably took it down so that Frog could have finished it off, and then he went and tried attacking something else. Now, granted, he finally did come back and take it down, but yeah, I just decided to put the studs back on and put the rage band back on Frog. There's nothing here at the edge of the wing. I thought there was for some reason, but the fight's not up here. You have to come down to the bottom. Something's coming. So the golem boss just kind of comes out of nowhere. to say hi. To try to be scary. I don't know. This thing is goofy. I don't think the golem boss can do like literally anything to you. And it doesn't. I don't believe it has a. Yeah, it doesn't have a steal. Unfortunately, just kind of a drag. I really expected it to have a tab, but it does not. Unfortunately. Yeah, so the golem boss threatens you with a countdown, and then if you let the countdown reach, I don't know if it reaches 1 or 0, but he doesn't do anything. He just stands around. Drop a cube on his head for 2k. It's not bad. Slash is so weak. Frog's pretty weak at this point, I guess in comparison to Chrono, but that's kind of an unfair comparison anyway, because Chrono is so beefed up at this point. So again, probably not the most fair comparison. That hit a little harder. Hit a little harder than the cube toss. I did not expect that. So here he starts to cut down again. I think if you don't kill him in enough time, he runs away. But I just took him down. He does have a ton of health though, so you really gotta hit him. Gotta hit him hard and fast. Alright, and that's it. That is it for the golem boss. The Arrow Dalton Imperial. Awesome name. I think I like Epoch a little better, but you know, guy is just awesome. Or terrible. I don't know. Probably just terrible. Doop 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 doop. It's not Epoch. Nice cheesy one-liner. Make like the wind and blow out of here. Really? Marl is not happy. Dalton Plus. Dalton Plus is just a chump. He's not very appropriately named. He should be like Dalton Minus or something. He's really weak. He goes down really fast. Take this. So weak. Still got the annoying iron orb. It's just the worst. The worst. Worst. I am tired. Slurp Kiss. That is kind of a cool skill. Heals the entire party and restores their status. And I don't know that haste was necessary at all in this fight. I really should have just taken him down. I'm not worried about it, but I didn't. Yeah, that skill is so weak. It's a lot like the Golem's skill, but it just does not hit hard. Nothing like what like the Golems did. So as soon as you defeat Dalton, he tries to summon the Golem boss, not knowing that he's already dead. So it pulls him into the void zone, or whatever you want to call that. The X zone. One of the coolest skills in Final Fantasy III. So here I always hit triangle and just laser the Blackbird down. Just because. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I think maybe that was square. I think square is the laser. I can't remember now. And triangle is what you're supposed to do. I don't remember. Woofda. I keep saying that I'm gonna stop doing commentaries this early in the morning, but I can't ever seem to hold to that. So the Epoch has wings and can fly now, which is just fantastic. That is the whole reason, or the whole Epoch having wings thing is the reason why I don't go exploring much, like, you know, before this point. It just makes travel so much easier, much more convenient. You don't have to, you know, run through areas on foot over and over, and you don't have to go, you know, take time portals to the end of time and then, you know, run around there. So here, this is the same person in Zeal. If you didn't talk to her in Zeal, you get another chance to talk to her here. And again, I don't know whatever happens if you tell her to burn the sapling. I've never tried it. I should probably do that one of these playthroughs, just to see what happens. But I think before you can continue on with the story, you have to come here to the North Cape. That's so cool. He's got just the coolest entrance. So here is where if you haven't realized it already, this is where Magus, this is where you find out that Magus is Janus. So Janus came into the Ocean Palace all by himself. Well, I guess he did have magic, so it's possible. So no, that's interesting. It said that Melchior was dragged into a time portal trying to save Janus, and now I didn't see Janus there. So, I guess, you know, it kind of makes sense though, because they actually ended up in different spots. And there's Shala. Helpless. I want to say helpless as always. Okay, so Melchior ends up in the Mystic Village, which then he ends up living, you know, outside. He's got his own place to the southwest. So here's Gasper. It ends up at the end of time. Balthazar ends up in the future. Here's Janus in 600 AD as well, but in Truce Canon. So he got teleported to the future. That's kind of interesting. That filthy urchin. So yeah, it's interesting. So Janus, comes actually from 1200 AD. He ends up in a wormhole and travels to the future, and then tries to summon Lavos to get even, and then we interfered, which then sent him back to the past. Probably, what? I don't know how many years it would have been. But pretty interesting. So Magus says that we should team up. You can choose to fight him. You've got a choice there. You can choose to fight him. If I believe if Frog is with you, you can duel him. So it'll be just Frog versus Magus. Or you can just take him on if you don't have Frog with. I think if you don't have Frog with you, you can just beat him, and he'll give you his amulet, and then I think with his dying breath, he'll tell you that Gasper knows how to restore lost time streams. So anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. Not much else to say. We'll pick it up again at part. Boy, I guess the next one will maybe be part 20. It sounds like. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But I hope you join me for the next video.